So I made this post. Would you like 230 students in 1 year? Would you like 230 students in 1 year? I'm just overwhelmed. I want you to talk to Dean Wilkerson. Everybody, write it down. Dean Wilkerson. I want you to reach out to Dean Wilkerson. He chose to do my 8-month mentoring program, It's Time. And we worked hard. He did the hard work. And I mentored him. And he told me today he has 343 students. And when I first started working with Dean, he had 110. And we did a lot of hard, innovative work that most people would never dream you would have to do, dealing with most consultants out there. Because they'll tell you the same thing. Work on your business, not in it. Train a team, write systems, go to contracts. But the data that's beginning to pour in is really overwhelming, even for me. Because, you have this dream in your mind. You have this vision of what you believe. And when we did 285 students in our first year at the new location in Millbrae, I was pretty blown away. But to hear Dean Wilkerson add an additional 230 students, because he was 110, now he's at 343 in a little over a year's time, is phenomenal. I want you to talk to Hester and Andy Mishkin of Centerpoint Martial Arts. Never owned a martial arts school in their life. They're at 71 active students in a little under 3 months. And this is all using my innovative methods of service, systems, building a culture, developing a brand, knowing your unique service point, doing marketing that's innovative, creative, and very cutting edge. Unlike most everything in our industry. And then I just talked to Andre Mavis of Mavis Dojo in Berlin. And he just had his best January ever. 22 new students, 23 trials. And I'm just, I'm overwhelmed. I'm very, very grateful to work really hard with these folks and to see service as a new way to do business in our industry, putting people before profits, doing the right thing, having integrity in your art, all these things in place to help these school owners become profitable. It's a good thing. And I'm overwhelmed. My heart is full. My heart is really full. I work really hard, and whether people can pay me or not, I try to give everybody. And I know a lot of the times we say it's the martial arts spirit, it's, what martial arts should do, but I believe it's what we should do as human beings, And it'd be a good thing, if I made lots of money helping people in the business. But my schools are doing well, so part of me sometimes I just like to give, and that's where the word "it's time" came from. I was 2 a.m, and I was talking to a school owner over in England. His wife was 6 months pregnant. The school was on the verge of closing, and I sat there and I'm trying to help this guy, and my wife gets up, and I get off the phone, and my wife says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, babe, this poor guy, his school's on the verge of closing, and his wife is 6 months pregnant, and he needs help." And she looked at me and goes, she says, "Yeah, I know, but it's time." I said, "What do you mean it's time, babe? What are you talking about? It's 2 a.m. What do you mean it's time?" She says, "It's time you start charging for this stuff." And I said, "I know, babe, but these people can't afford me. They can't afford to pay me to consult them." And then So that's when I decided to launch my 8-month mentoring program, It's Time, and to charge people for it. And Dean Wilkerson will tell you, I mean, the investment is either $1,000 a month for 8 months or $7,200 for if you pay it in full. And if I look at the return Dean has gotten on that, think about it, 230 new students, what's the revenue he's going to generate from that? You're right, it's nothing. What I charge is a drop in the bucket. It's a drop in the bucket. And I'm excited. I'm just so excited because we have proven data now. Talk to Andre Mavis, 22 new students, 23 trials in January. Talk to Dean Wilkerson, 230 students in a year. That's 20 new students a month. Talk to Andy and Hester Mishkin out of Centerpoint Martial Arts. 71 active students in under 3 months. What is that? 23 new students a month? Talk to Samar Shur. She went from 180 to 300. So we've increased her student count by 110. Talk to Mike Kim. Who I helped when I was in New York last year. He's now at plus an extra $5,000 a month. And for him being a small school, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I'm very grateful, and it's made me decide to do another round of It's Time, my 8. Join us for It's Time in April. But it's a new day, folks. It's a new day, and service is the new profit in the martial arts industry. And for the fact alone that I don't do contracts, belt fees, upgrades, enrollment fees, black belt clubs and all that makes me stand out heads and tails above every martial arts school in our communities, because everybody else is still doing the same old thing, singing the same old song, the same contract, the same upgrades, the same belt fees, the same enrollment fees, the same marketing, they borrow from the fitness industry, the same thing. And I believe the consumer is tired of it. They're tired of it. And if we can change that, then I believe the other 95% of the martial arts industry that is not making money, we put ourselves in a position to make that money. And I want to see you make that money. I really do. I want to see that you have a retirement. I want to see that your team's well taken care of. I want to see that your kids are going to have college money. I want to see that you buy a home. But we have to do business differently. We do. Or that 95% will continue to suffer, and the 5% that I sit amongst will continue to reap the benefits across the board. Again, would you like 230 students in 1 year? Talk to Dean Wilkerson. I'm overwhelmed, My heart is just so full because I'm finally seeing, I've worked so hard to so much adversity over the past years, and I'm not crying about it, I make my choices. I'm accountable for me, but I get attacked a lot. You saw that video last year that somebody from New York put out, tearing me a new one and attacking me and saying, don't listen to me. And, I get that every day. It's not the only person. I get that kind of stuff across the board. But I'm okay with it, because when I get results like this, when I hear, when I hear these kind of results, it's worth it. It's so worth it. I love to see people successful. When I see Andre with those kind of numbers, Dean with those numbers, Samar with those numbers, Hester and Andy, they're scared, they're opening a new business, it's overwhelming, and to see them prosper and be at 71 active students in under 3 months, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. So think about that, folks. 230 students in 1 year. Would you like that? Then think about joining me for my It's Time, my 8-month mentoring program, or come out and join us for It's Time in April. I promise either way, you'll walk away with enough content to improve your school, but you have to do the work. As I say that too, you don't need a mentor, you don't need me, you don't need anybody, because ultimately, you got to do that work. You got to work harder than anybody to get to that goal. Cool? Yeah, I love all of you. I love you guys so much. I love the martial arts. Done it since I was 5 years old. I want to see great martial artists be profitable. I really do. I hate the word McDojo. I hate Black Belt Factory. I hate that we see reviews saying we nickel and dime people and we rip them off. That's horrible. That's horrible, and I want to change that so much. I do. All right, got to go in. Classes are starting soon. I'm going to sit there and watch the team hang out. Cool? All right, until we talk again, folks, I hope to see you at one of my events. I'm at a loss. Just thank you, everybody, for this great data. Man, thank you, Lord. All right, love you guys. Until we talk again, go out there and live your best life.